Okay, fourth time. So anyway, to start this off, I want to have a note that this is currently the 16th. I am doing this essentially as the very first thing that actually goes live as I am away. So, essentially, this will be uploaded probably on the 21st or so of December. And like I said, I'm not gonna be back until like the new year. So essentially, like I I will I'll be doing the affiliate celebration for those that are on Twitch. Essentially, yeah, I would be doing it effectively. What day would it be? Okay, yeah, January 12th will be when I do the affiliate celebration. Whether Twitch lets me do it, I don't know. I just know that that's about when I'm going to do it because obviously I can't really control fully about when I'm going to be back and stuff. Obviously, I want to be able to have the affiliate celebration be a little bit more in the daytime, a little bit more to where like people were actually able to make it. So yeah. Anyway, uh, back to the scene as I forgot to have move them back. But yeah, they're outside looking at my addresses. As to which Lilith goes and starts off. I really can't wait to see you in this. As Ball replies, I wouldn't mind if it was you. Ball shyly looks away. Lilith looks shocked and happy at the same time. Baldy, will you really marry me? Will you really make me the happiest girl alive? Ball looks at Lilith directly in her eyes before looking at the dresses. You shouldn't joke like this about marriage. Ball blushes and feels a little bit embarrassed. Oh dear, my dear Bolly, I wasn't joking. Ball looks at Lilith shyly with a soft voice. I think, yeah, I would love to. Lilith runs and hugs Ball, depending on how far, close it is. And nothing else, she just kind of like, I, I hugs her anyway, essentially. Uh, well then, how about we go pick out some matching wedding dresses and rings? Of course, I don't mind either one of us walking down the aisle, or even if we hold hands as we walk down the aisle together. It'll be our day, but you are most precious well, the most precious person of all. As we only can get married once, I will let you pick. Do you want uh, do you want me to wait for you at the altar? Do you want to wait for me to eagerly come to you at the altar? Or do you want to walk down the aisle hand in hand? So, I'll have a different note later, but the main note is I did give the player the option to discuss this. I have actually worked with them for all of this, so Day Day knows all about this. She had the option, and she's since delegated to me. The options that I didn't pick, but I did give her, because I felt like they were kind of going to be interesting. So, option one that did not get picked, I want you to come to me so you know how precious you are. The third option, I know that a bird would absolutely love this. I do not have the courage to wait, nor to go to you alone. Ball looks down and does Zulu thingies. Will you give me the courage to walk to that altar by holding my hand? And all of that is non-canon. The canon decision, so what Ball actually does say to Lilith at this point, I want to come to you to show the commitment you've shown me. Lilith to that replies, is decided then. Oh, we also have some things to do, so let's go. Don't worry, I'll also be sure to prepare things for a fantastic honeymoon surprise for you, Bally. So as we wait, feel free to hang out with your friends and alert them of our marriage. Now, she'll alert them later. The next point that Ball does is actually here. Keep in mind, Ball has technically been like a little bit lower. Like she hasn't played in a while, so like I in later sessions you might see her more as an NPC essentially. But yeah, to be fair, I'm also missing some sessions at this point, so hopefully I can get those soon. and upload them. Well, upload everything in order, but as of right now, this is I think session 11. So like this is like right before uh, the Tarrasque guy like wakes up. No, wait, yeah, and I think that's about with the Tarrasque. I think that's about when it happened. I'll figure out what session it is. Like you'll see like a point 0.5 or whatever session this is. Actually, let me go and investigate that right now. Yeah, this is about session 11. So for reference, the next thing is basically around that point. So yeah, Taylor Tarrasque is about to wake up. They're just off having their own time. But anyway, the next scene I have for this, cause I'll do a couple of scenes just simply cause like the good majority of these are short. I will break it up about halfway, and by that I mean literally all but one scene. Cause yes, one scene is like absolutely long and massive. If like I'm not even joking. Like one of the scenes is literally about the length of the other ones combined. But anyway, as the and Ball head into the bridal shop that they're looking at the dresses for, the clerk stops them. Oh, hello, you two. Do you know already what you're wanting to get, or would you like help? Uh, Lilith goes and replies, "Oh, no real need." Lilith tugs Ball from behind. "I know both mine and cute little Bally sizes. Now, if you can find a ring that could be made to fit a gem in the shape of Ball, that would be lovely." So one of the failed recordings, and so one of the recordings I took, I kind of go into a little spiel, but yeah, I assume that like whenever Bulb's kind of working with Lilith, that Lilith is kind of getting some payment, mainly by the fact of, hi, see Ball in various dresses or things that Lilith thinks would look good on Ball, and I am sure that the Ball when seeing that Lilith is paying her and giving her clothes, that's like, yeah, the least I could do is probably wear these for you. So, hi. I assume that's what's going on. Uh, Lilith at this point finds a wedding dress for Ball. Uh, hey, can we try these on? The clerk says, sure, but we do prefer to have something bought if you do use them. Understood. Let's go try these on, Balle. And don't worry, I can add balls to these later. She Lilith slowly draws her hand around Ball's chin while saying, if you don't mind not using the symbol color of purity and virtue, like I already know you are, then I can make these purple as well. Uh, Ball blushes. White is fine. Let's try these on. I would like to see you in it as well. Um, Ball and Lilith change into the wedding dresses before coming out. Lilith breaks the silence, saying, "Oh, Balle, you look like every bit as lovely as I thought you would. At least if you don't look more lovely than my imagination." "Oh, thank you. You look lovely as well." Ball twirls. "I love this. Glad to hear it. Now let's change back and buy these wedding dresses." As Lilith and Ball change back and head to the clerk. Uh, the clerk goes and immediately says, "I see you both are close enough to do it. So who's the lucky man for you both?" Lilith, absolutely feeling somewhat attacked, goes and says, "What do you mean?" And, "Oh, you know how it's bad luck can all to see a bride before a wedding?" Lilith gets it's visibly pissed because it's reasons later that yes, I have indeed looked this up. This is something that I've done particularly because of this. Obviously, you two wouldn't be running into that. You would be crazy to do that. As Ball immediately sees the Lilith getting pissed, but Ball goes and continues with, Lily, uh, Lilith, showing that she's pissed, goes and says, "How dare you, bitch?" And the clerk, upon being absolutely cursed out. Because technically, like, bitch is technically not a curse word, funny enough, because it is a female dog for reference. However, yeah, Lilith is indeed calling her a bitch, and this clerk kind of is, let's be real. The clerk says to that, excuse you? Oh, no. The one who should be excused is not me. It should be you. Say, bitch, what gives you the right to work here and talk to customers like that? Uh, okay, Karen Lilly. And Lilith, upon hearing Karen Lilly, gets even more angry. Do you have a death wish or something? First, you insult the fact that I want to marry her, pointing at Ball, calling it crazy to want to match with her on her special day. Then you call me crazy, finally using the special nickname I gave only her permission to use. Bitch, who the hell do you think you are to do all that? So no, I am not a Karen. I'm just obviously pissed off by someone basically attacking my existence. And the manager, hearing the commotion, comes out saying, "What is this commotion?" The clerk or just immediately chimes in saying, "We got Karen." And Lilith, upon being called a Karen, says, "No, that is not what happened at all. Me and Balle were here are getting married, so we came in for wedding dresses. She let us try them on. As we went to buy them, she then asked who is the lucky man, like it wasn't possible for me and Balle to marry, and how that would be crazy. Ever since we came to purchase the rings and dresses, she has been nothing short of a bitch who has assumed everything, including that Baldy might run away at the altar. Because, yes, the funny thing is, when the whole thing about it being bad luck to view the bride before the wedding is essentially from like a very old timey thing where they believed that the groom saw the bride before the wedding, they might run away. uh, uh, but anyway, continue on. So, no, bitch. I do not say it would be bad luck. I fully believe anything that happens, Bolly will aid and help me to resolve the issues as I do with her. If she leaves me at the altar, I'll go to her, or to aid her from her shyness. I do respect and love Bolly, so I do not mind giving all the faith I have left in love to her. Uh, the manager, upon hearing both sides, says, "So you're both at fault. I see." Uh, they both go like both Lilith and the clerk say, "Excuse me." The manager points at Lilith, saying, "You, miss, could have calmly addressed the situation to not cause a scene." The clerk giggling, and the manager points at the clerk, saying, "You are not free either. You should not have asked questions about their marriage." Uh, Lilith goes and says, "I suppose you're right. As demeaning, insulting, and downright rude as you it was, I do suppose I got eaten. And honestly, to me, if someone does not get mad or expressive at people attacking your marriage or your partner, then I do not say that marriage should go through." Uh, the clerk pointing out Ball says, "Well, she wasn't that angry or expressive." Lilith, having absolutely not a bit, says, "I do not care. Er, she has been a bit slow to notice love-related matters, so I will forgive Bolly for not realizing how insulting you have been. I am a seamstress, so I look up symbols such as white for purity and virtue, along other love matters, like how the idea to not view a bride before the wedding was more to ensure the groom would go through with the marriage, regardless of the bride-to-be's identity or appearance. Had she known you were saying it was bad luck, was actually suggesting that one of us might not go through with the idea, I think she would have been a bit more expressive. I do apologize if you showed worry, Bolly, but I cared a lot more in that moment to express how insulting this bitch was being." The manager, upon hearing that, says, "So a couple things. One, can you stop calling my employee a bitch? Two, what was it that you even wanted again?" And Lilith goes and says, "She does not deserve that, but I'll refrain as you have done nothing wrong. As for us, we wanted the two dresses we tried on, then rings with ball-shaped fittings. I'll arrange for the ball gem to be given to you later on." and that would be a later thing, but I'll get to that at that point. Alright, then let's not speak of this, and it'll be 80 gold for the dresses and rings. Lula spends 80 gold on the fine wedding dresses and the rings with ball fittings. Well, I'm glad that we have found all of what truly makes a wedding ceremony. If you don't mind, I'm sure that I can plot a wonderful wedding while you're out and about adventuring. So as we got the dresses and the rings, to match your style, feel free to do what you need to do, and in my free time, I'll prepare the ceremony. I paused because I thought that was going to be a different scene. I forgot about the fact that there's two more lines. But yeah, Bald continues. If I am not here, then alright. But I do hope you let me in on the preparations while I'm here in town. Oh, of course. It is your day as well. I was just saying if your work requires you to be in a different town, that's fine for you to leave without worrying about preparations. And so, yeah, that's kind of what goes on there. Then, as they go home, or rather to Lula's shop, because Lula's shop and home is one and the same. She basically just lives in the attic of her store. Or like her store has 2 floors, she lives on the second floor, basically. So hi, that's kind of how that goes. Anyway, to to start off scene 3, this one I actually do say I do like it. Not nearly as much as like the final one, but I'll get to that. Uh, Ball and Lilith return home as Lilith starts on dinner. Ball heads upstairs to Lilith's bedroom as she was instructed by Lily to find some marriage papers up in the second floor. Ball, being alone, goes and says, "Where is that paper? Lily said nightstand second drawer. I don't want to bother her by doing this, so I think it's here." Ball grabs out the marriage papers. Let's see here. Half it, if it is, yeah, let's see here. Half is filled out as she mentioned. Wait, Ball notices the date on the papers. Did Lily really wait all this time? Also, why are there 2 sets here? The only difference I can see is normal handwriting differences in the date. I suppose I should ask her, though she is making dinner. Uh, Lilith goes and says, I assume you're here to fill out the papers. Don't worry, it's not that hard or long to fill out. Sorry, but that wasn't the main reason I came down. And Ball looks sullen. Uh, why the sullen look? Are you having second thoughts about marrying me? No, nothing like that, Lily. I just wanted to know about these papers. They seem like they are from a while ago, with some more recent. Why did you jump to having second thoughts about about me marrying you? Was it due to your past relationship experiences? Yeah, believe it or not, there was one person I met a while ago that was trusting. Back then I was bisexual, so I did indeed fall in love with a man. I was nervous about a man, so while it was going well, I thought about marriage, as these papers show. It illustrated how long it's been between those I really felt at the time like they were the one. I do feel you are different to that man, though the man I loved really only thought of love as a game, and me his trophy. I had prepared to marry him about 3 years ago, and I went to see him. Then I heard him talking with a friend, laughing about he teamed a succubus. I was livid, but luckily I never did have to get revenge. The one not to be seen did that for me, trapping him into mincemeat. As far as I can tell, the case of the machineless mincing is still yet to be solved. Ballseye chimes in. The case of the machineless mincing has as I had no clues for 3 years. Lil seems to have perjured herself and is still legally accountable. Uh, and that's kind of like in that split second. Though I do hate how you laughed and toyed with me. After that night, I never really was one to like men after that. They always had some agenda after all. That said, I kept those marriage papers as a reminder of that night. And when deciding to do it again, I was told those papers from that night are expired, therefore were unusable. As for the sudden jump, I thought you might have started to doubt me like some of the others did when they saw the more recent marriage papers. I must that, including you, only 3 people have made me fall deeply in love enough to get to this point. So, it made my day to know that you will return my feelings, Bally. Ball is like, you have to tell her, Ball. If you don't want to, Mara will come, as we know she has perjured herself. she would be found guilty quite easily in that case. Uh, Paul goes and tries to go and get Lilith to understand. Lily, what did you say when it happened? If it's the case thing, I just told them I had nothing I wish to say on the matter. If you would want to investigate the case, I advise you to give up. On that case, there is no justice. With him, there is no justice. So there will be no reason to state anything. With who? As I mentioned, when it comes to the one not to be seen, you do not want to deal with him, as it is normally more trouble than it is worth to deal with him. He is powerful, knowledgeable, and sneaky. The reason there was no clues is that he makes sure there's nothing to find. No evidence, no case. And the only ways to get access to the evidence, and since these crimes are done to where all the evidence to convict is just hearsay. I can go to court against him, but it's my word versus his. As that said, I know him. Even if you do manage to convict him, well, he can take the death penalty execution and survive no matter which one it is. As I will be your life, Wooly. Can you trust me to meet him? If that is your wish, then I will arrange a meeting with him. Though, after the meeting, you'll wish you hadn't. There's a reason, and I never wanted you to meet the one that shall not be seen. And as helpful as he can be, honestly, he is much like the devil. And unfortunately, I know him, and to a certain extent, I have made deals with this devil in particular. So, I give her two choices, as one saying, I am too curious to avoid it. I feel it's important enough to know. However, because I feel that would be better for our ball to show that she is trusting of Lilith, I'm gonna go with the canon of if you say it is better to not know, then I'll choose to trust in you and avoid meeting him if at all possible. Ball signs the papers and goes to give the papers to Mara at the police station. Now I'm gonna check through this document because apparently I forgot to remark that. But it is what it is. Okay, so there's not one else that's like this. But yeah. Anyway, so after Ball signs the papers, they go to the police station. Oh yeah, right. I'm gonna have to zoom out so that I can move these two. So keep in mind that this is about late at night, so like basically the only like county type thing would be the police station, which is basically open like 24/7, and for like insert reason here. Sometimes there's multiple people. Other times there's just like one. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, Mara goes and sees the papers and says, "These papers are expired." Lilith is kind of shocked, saying, "You serious?" "Yep, these are out of date." Lilith drops to the floor. "No way." As she starts staring up. "Sorry, Balle. I should have followed up with us before this point." "It's okay, Lily. Mara, do you have the capability to print out the papers we need?" "Sorry, not charity and not my jurisdiction. Please, Mara, is there any way to do you even pay for the ink and other resources?" "When I put it that way, 2 gold." Uh, Ball pays the 2 gold. "See, Lily?" Ball wipes away Lilith's tears. "I told you it would be okay." "Mara, you can also make sure this is done today, right?" As Mara just looks judgmentally at Ball. "You serious? I already told you that this wasn't my jurisdiction. Why are you trying to do things outside my jurisdiction?" "Can't you work with the city? Can't you work around due to that?" "Just because I work with the city doesn't mean I can or will do it. Is it illegal to make a girl stressed or uncomfortable?" "Quit making up laws. Those don't exist. You're just gonna keep asking me till I let up, aren't you?" "Yep." Lily showed how she has been waiting for this for 3 years since the first, and a full year since the last time. I want to help her make it a reality and happen as soon as possible." "Fine. Just fill out those forms and go do whatever else you're going to do." Well, Paul and Lila signed the papers and returned to Lila's shop. Uh, uh, let's resolve the sleepy payment. Well, actually, I'll break silence at that point. So, let's resolve the sleeping payment. I feel happy and covered to be resting here in the same bed with you, Lila. I want to be with you as your wife, so I don't want to have an agreement about you're giving me money for what I want to do anyway. Oh, Balle, I'm glad you feel so. From now on, this place and this bed are your home. I do hope you'll rely on me and my support as much as I do with you. Uh, so that's gonna be the end for the first part. Alright, so this is all the stuff that's kind of happening like right about as they're leaving for the Tarrasque. Like technically the Tarrasque has already happened. Like the full day is kind of gone through. Either that or it's the day after, and then like as they're traveling to a different place, a scene five kind of happens. But yeah, there's only five scenes, and I do enjoy scene five. I feel like I probably spent the most on scene five, particularly the fact of like one specific point later on. I need to renumber it, but yeah, like as I mentioned, like uh, we have four scenes. The first scene is 10 lines, and this is also not counting like any other parts. But yeah, scene two is 35. Scene three is like 16, and then like 20. Hold on, let me check about how much that is. Okay, so for reference, and all four scenes so far correspond to 81 lines. Um, I'm on page 12 out of 15, and I've gotten to line 81 for our like scene 5. So yeah, that's basically the main reason why I'm splitting up them. Um, well, the main two reasons why I'm splitting them up is one, just that fact, and then two, the other stuff. But yeah, some that will say is probably somewhat canonical at this point. Um, I feel that like by this point, uh, I like Ball probably has gotten sleepwear for specifically Lois's eyes, essentially. So yeah, uh, like I assume that basically like I they have sleepwear as they're sleeping together with like various other things essentially that probably like the other person kind of casually likes essentially because honestly the like one of the things that I kind of unfortunately didn't get to the chance to flesh out in this campaign because like I this is like currently we're in essentially December. Uh, Now the reason why I bring up the fact that it's December is the fact that with where we were expecting to be, I was expecting to have this done and up in August. So yeah, we're kind of late on that. We are definitely kind of late on that. Uh, we'll see on that though, but it is what it is. Is so yeah. Uh, those are kind of the main stuff essentially. Uh, Obviously I like yeah, obviously Lilith is kind of usually like I doing assorted things essentially. Uh, so uh, I feel that like with the wedding dress essentially that Lilith was probably knew Bella's size because like in all honesty, um, she was probably like making new outfits for ball like basically every day, and so like Ball was probably wearing the various outfits that uh, Lilith made for Ball essentially, just simply for the sake that like Ball was getting paid for reference, like for the entire point of like this scene. So like for when she met her in 9.5 to basically the end of yeah like from that point to like the end of 10, yeah, the end of session 10, like basically all of that kind of came in essentially. So I guess I'm pretty sure that this is session 10, maybe 11. I feel like it's probably gonna be more 10 because this is kind of going on for like the final day. So like high kind of really like honeymoon type things essentially. Uh, we'll see about uh what we want to do. Um, no offense, and I might go and have a special thing essentially for like the honeymoon type thing. As players want to come back and casually have the wedding for this player character, then you know we can essentially. But like I'm not gonna force them to come back here, mainly because like yeah, Ball effectively has become a NPC. So there will be a couple important things in the background, other than scene 5. Essentially, uh, Ball might have scattered appearances. She might go and give the players requests essentially, and by that I mean like she might request the party to go out and get a certain item so that she can, gift it to Lily, essentially. So, yeah, kind of like a very adorable thing. I do really love it. That's part of why I scene 5, essentially. Because, yeah, if you thought that this one, that, like, scenes 1 through 4 were kind of like cute, adorable, or lovely, I honestly say you have not seen anything yet. I do say that it gets a lot nicer and a lot more lovely in yeah, the session was scene 5. But yeah, as for this, I thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, so this is kind of like its own thing. This is kind of part of the campaign, but not really, because like the unfortunate thing with this is part of why I say that Ball is kind of like relegated to an NPC. Well, yeah, she does have a player. Um, the player's not. The player's been here for like literally 1 session. So yeah, I'm not even joking. She got like one thing. Like we've already like with this entire quest line that I've said, we've already finished it essentially. Now I'm not gonna say whether that was like a successful completion or if it's like, okay, everybody died, we're just not gonna continue it. Essentially, deal with it. Essentially, or even just flat out that they find a way to kind of like buy whatever they're trying to do from this. As, but yeah, like I said, we've already kind of accomplished this, which is honestly kind of sad to me, considering the fact that like it's a nice thing. It's just yeah, couldn't really do anything with it. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'll probably have session 25 tomorrow. So for those that have been keeping up with this, essentially, uh, yeah, I do have we do unfortunately have a skip between session I think 18 to session 25. I will explain it a little bit more in detail, but if you want a quick summary, basically drive failed, and unfortunately I'm getting a little bit better at this, but because everything was on the failed drive, until I can go and get the data recovered from it, yeah, can kind of can't do anything with it. Right now that drive's shot. I can't recover anything from it right now. I'll see if that about possibly getting more things from it. Uh, like that will probably be the next drive that I go and get things recovered. Uh, I have about 3 drives that I need to go and recover data from. Um, it's just that that's probably gonna be like the next drive. Yeah, like the one that has like most of the D&D stuff is probably gonna be the next drive that gets recovered, but we'll see. Uh, I'll probably have this session up tomorrow, or session 25 up tomorrow for those that kind of want to see about where we're at. Like I said, uh, it'll go and catch up for like everything that's currently in the plot section that we have yet to do or that we have done. I still need to update that, but that'll be for another time. Um, right now I'm gonna basically be trying to go and get to where I have enough stuff to go and get through to when I might come back essentially, and we'll see about doing things. I'll probably see about doing like golf and stuff like that, but um, I'm not really gonna be holding my breath on it. We'll probably see. Uh, but yeah, uh, definitely should be interesting. Uh, however, uh, that's it for this scene. And hopefully, I see you for session probably I think 12.5. I think that's when they mainly go and have a day change basically. But yeah, it is what it is. It's definitely a very cute story. Uh, I definitely have been here for it. I've definitely loved it. And it's gonna be getting a little bit nicer.